And we will be going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live.
Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. It's currently 8 a.m. like normal. It is. Forgot to have my weather app on my phone pulled up here like usual. 62 degrees outside, and we have a high of about 78 degrees today. We do have a pretty consistent chance of rain throughout the day. There is a slight chance of hail as well through these. Excuse me, hail as well with these storms that could be blown in. So just be prepared for that. You might want to park your car maybe under a tree or under an awning or something
Or in
in
your
your garage
garage.
if you're not home or if you are home. But just be advised, we do have some potential severe weather. It's like I said again, it's all potential. There's nothing that guaranteed. These storms could fire up absolutely anywhere and just blow through, or they could totally miss us. So just be prepared for that. Your traffic conditions going into Tulsa are fair. There's traffic flowing in there, but it's not bad. So if you haven't left yet, you're commuting to Tulsa. If you're taking 169, is going to be a-okay. Now, as far as local events goes, there's really nothing has changed on the calendar. So
Nope, not at all.
there's you guys know what's been going on. This is Wednesday now, so no real issues or scheduling conflicts for you. Now, nationally, this is the interesting stuff. Like yesterday, we talked a little bit about the Trump trial in New York and how it's falling apart. Well, now it's really falling apart. So Robert Costello came in, and he was Michael Cohen's lawyer during Michael Cohen's legal issues with the alleged payoffs to Stormy Daniels. So again, that was all his doing. He did it all on his own. Trump had no knowledge, and he was just billing the Trump's organization for payout. So again, it's like what I told you yesterday. When companies get so big, people will just send them invoices, and there's no oversight, and they'll just, oh well, we had this invoice, so we better pay it. So that's what happens. Like, I mean, again, I told you the other day, Facebook paid a dude several $1,000,000 because he just kept sending them invoices and invoices, and he was never an employee, never did any work for them. He was just like, I'll just send him invoices. Why not? Committing fraud. And Facebook paid him for years until somebody finally caught it and was like, hey, why are we paying this dude? And this happens with a lot of companies. A podcaster I watch, Tim Pool, he was talking about how he did some independent contract work with the guy when he was working for Vice. And he hired this guy to do some video work and some editing stuff with him. And they worked together for 3 months. But the company called Tim and said, hey, it was like a year later. And they go, how is this project going with this guy? And he goes, what are you talking about? We only worked for 3 months together, and that was like a year ago. They're like, well, he's still billing us. And he goes, are you kidding me? We don't pay it. We haven't been working together for a year now. So this happens way more often than you think. So this is what Michael Cohen did with Trump. He was just like, I will take out a home equity loan, pay off Stormy Daniels to sweep this potential. Like, and again, I don't believe the Stormy Daniels case. Like, there's no evidence. Came out years after the fact. This was all about the Me Too movement. So this is when she came up through. So it was just politically convenient for her to do so, to blackmail him and see if she couldn't get some money out of him. So that's what happened. So Michael Cohen was just thinking, hey, if I sweep this under the rug for Trump, I can get appointed to a political appointmentship. This will be great. Trump will love me. Well, that's not what happened. So he billed Trump for almost $250,000 and spent $30,000 to pay off some of his debts, and they pocketed the other $30,000. So this is wild. The fact that people are taking this seriously. People are like, "Oh, we finally got Trump." This case is nothing but partisan hackery. The judge allowed testimony from Stormy Daniels that is not relevant to the case. So Stormy was in there basically saying, "Oh, Trump, he assaulted me and had intercourse with me unwillingly." and I didn't want to do it. So he allowed that testimony, something that's not relevant to this fraud case. But guess what? When Robert Costello, it's Costello, right?
Yeah, Costello.
Robert Costello came in and blew Cohen's testimony right out of the water. He said, "Yo, yeah, Michael Cohen told me that he would be willing to lie to get out of his problems. He cannot be trusted. He stole money from Trump." So the line of questioning that this guy is a legal advisor as well as a lawyer. So when he's being questioned in a line of questioning, I think he's kind of understanding that the line of questioning that he's being given is ridiculous. So the judge called him out for kind of having legal awareness and saying you don't get to say this stuff. So this is unheard of. Judges don't yell at witnesses unless they're out of line. And with this guy understanding legal jargon, he understands when he's being set up in with dumb questions or an irrelevant line of questioning or a misleading line of questioning. So this judge is yelling at him and clears the room, and the media is portraying as, oh, breathtaking moment as the judge gets wordy with a witness. Like, that's not normal behavior. The judge should not be doing that. The judge clearly has a bias in this case towards the prosecution. And you have to understand, too, this guy, the judge's daughter, works for the DNC. Not only does she work for the DNC, she's making money off of this. The daughter is raising money for the DNC off of this. Her paycheck is
being directly reflected
by what her daddy's doing. So this is political hackery and partisanship at its finest. So it's ridiculous, again, Costello's testimony blew the case out of the water. If anybody finds Trump guilty on this, it's ridiculous. But it doesn't matter because the judge doesn't like it. He's trying to push the case in a certain direction because he's a partisan hack. So it's interesting, folks. It's very, very interesting that this is happening, and that you can see that this is a kangaroo court. This is like the Salem witch trials. This is how ridiculous this is. You might as well, Stormy Daniels being brought in there and giving her testimony might as well have been one of the girls going, "Oh, I see a witch. I see a witch right there. Look, there's a witch." Mm-hmm. This is the crucible, folks. So we have a couple of videos of some lefties talking about this. So Bill Maher actually did an interview with Stormy Daniels, and he's been interviewed here recently and was talking about how he does not find her credible at all. And this is Bill Maher we're talking about. Bill Maher is not a right-wing guy. He's not a pro-Trump guy. He hates Trump. He has Trump. Bill Maher has Trump derangement syndrome. So we'll go ahead and give this little video a watch here, and you guys can just hear what Bill Maher has to say himself.
It's Stormy or bust. And she's a bad witness because, let me show you a little video. This is when I had Stormy on in 2018, and first I asked her why she had sex with Trump. Okay, but you say it's not a Me Too case.
It is not a Me Too case. I wasn't assaulted. I wasn't attacked or raped or coerced or blackmailed. They tried to
oh,
shove
wow,
me in
she
the
changed her
Me Too
mind in
box
court
for their
the other day.
agenda. And first of all, I didn't want any part of that because it's not the truth, and I'm not a victim in that regard.
That's not what she's saying now.
That's not what she's saying now, Joe, because what she is saying, she testified.
Yep, that's it.
That is not what she's saying now, man. But you know what they say. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But this is where we're at in society right now. Again, we live in this era where we exonerate porn stars like George Floyd and Stormy Daniels. These are our heroes now. I'm not saying Trump is the greatest person in the whole world, but my goodness. Porn stars and drug addicts are who were taking their word in court now. This is kind of crazy. So, something's up if Bill Maher is on Trump's side in this particular trial. Again, this is not about convicting Trump. They would love to convict Trump, don't get me wrong, but this is just them trying to keep Trump off of the campaign trail. That's what this really is. Do you have any other videos or anything else related to this that you wanted to talk about, Chad?
I had one other, but it was just the same thing. It was Bill Maher being interviewed by Megyn Kelly about the exact same issue.
Mm-hmm.
Except there was no clip in the thing.
Yeah.
See, it was the clip from his show.
Yeah, with Stormy Daniels. Yeah, that's significantly better. But again, I think there you go, right there. And Michael Cohen, known liar, he robbed Donald Trump. Didn't tell Donald Trump, omitted facts of what he was doing. Just trying to get in a political appointmentship. Hoping to get on Trump's good side, that's what it is over there in Hollywood and in New York. It's like, I'll scratch your back, but like I said, there was no relationship between him and Trump prior. He was just like, I'll take care of this for him, and he'll love me, and then I'll be appointed, and I'll have political power. No, you're just a nobody, bro. And now he's going to stay a nobody, and he's saying whatever he can to not go to jail or not have to worry about paying his fines. I mean, I'm sure people in the DNC are promising to pay his debts off if they'll say if he says what they want him to say. Because that's how this crap works, man. I mean, what's her name? The lady that accused Brett Kavanaugh of in misconduct when he was a teenager.
Yeah,
she made $1 million selling her fake book. So there is profit in lying and manipulating, especially if you're accusing conservatives. There's money to be made. It's ridiculous. But yeah, this is where we're at. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about that other than,
the Trump trial.
I'm hoping I'm hoping that, again, he could have a biased jury too. I mean, people in New York, there are a lot of people in New York that like him. I don't imagine Trump's team would have let just a bunch of crazies on there. There's got to be one holdout, it has to be 100 unanimous by every single juror. If there's one juror that says, no, he's innocent, then the case gets thrown out. Thank goodness. But I'm just hoping that there's reasonable and rational people on that jury. If not, they could convict him. He could very well go to jail.
100%.
But I think that would ultimately work in Trump's favor at the end of the day, though. So, anywho, we'll push on. I know that there's only one other kind of subject or issue that I kind of saw the other day that kind of just blew my mind. And again, this is they're coming for your children, and by they, who I'm talking about. The pro LGBTQ community. Like, again, they do not have their own kids; they have yours. So, I saw a reel on Instagram the other day that just blew my mind, and we'll go ahead and play it for you whenever you're ready, Chad.
All right. Make sure my sound's running. We are, and playing.
Sex is not just for reproduction.
It's clear that no matter where you look on our planet, nature is full of queer surprises.
To be honest, we should all probably get laid a little more than we do.
Yeah, I'm with.
You gotta love Ron Swanson.
Yeah, that was good editing on whoever put that together. But yeah, queer planet, queer animal planet. I mean, this is just them. So this is what happens to, they say get woke, grow broke, and there is truth in that. But I kind of agree with what a YouTube or political commentator that I like to listen to. His name is Razor Fist or the Rageaholic. He talks about how these companies don't get woke and go broke. What happens is they're already going broke, or they're already on the decline in as far as their revenue goes. So what they do is, in a last attempt effort to generate interest in their brand, they go pro LGBTQ, they go pro trans. So they go woke. But again, you're pandering to a very small community. I mean, again, the gays are less than like a fraction of the population. They are like maybe 2% of the entire U.S. population, and that's just here in the U.S. But you're going to...
They would argue that they're more now, but as you saw from that Elliot Page interview, she's like, we're like 30% of the population now. I was like, there's no way. There's no
That's because
way.
their manipulation tactics from Hollywood, and the fact that this is everywhere. I mean, again, Animal Planet, for crying out loud now. So it's everywhere. It is indoctrinating your kids to think that they are, gay, or they're trans now. They are indoctrinating the next generation of people into their ideology. And even if it doesn't indoctrinate them in there, they're making your children have sympathies for it, or they're trying to get them like, oh, you understand, right? It's like, you're more understanding than your parents are. It's like, that's so great of you. It's like, look, nobody hates them. We hate the sinner, not the sin. But we have to judge people based on what the Word says. And I'm pretty sure the Bible doesn't have a lot of nice things to say about homosexuality. I didn't write it. I just follow the Word. So that's where we're at here. And again, this is, I mean, I think we're going to see the death of Animal Planet very soon. Like, this is...
Well, it's technically, it's not Animal Planet, it's Peacock original series.
Oh, okay, so this is just something...
But, I mean, it's basically Gay Animal Planet, if you wanted to call it that.
Yeah.
Essentially what it is.
Again, this is just blatant. It's in your face. The fact that they're advertising this all over YouTube, like, this is nuts. But here we are. Again, they're just shoving this into... This is everywhere in culture now, everybody. This is why people are like, why do you care? It's like, this is why I care. It's absolutely everywhere, and they're throwing it in your face. It's not subtle. It's not cute. It's ridiculous. Keep it in the bedroom. Like, I don't care. Out of sight, out of mind. This is not something that needs to be promoted, talked about. Again, this is what that Bros movie, it was like a gay rom-com movie about two dudes.
Mm-hmm. Something like
Rom-coms are, again, this is why Hollywood does not understand their
Movies.
audience.
Yeah.
So, rom-coms, who does that appeal to?
Women.
Women. It is for women. It's date night movies for guys to take their girls out to and watch. Are women interested in watching a rom-com about gay men that they really can't relate to? Like, girls look at gay men like kind of like pets. They're like, oh, they're just kind of fun to hang out with, and we talk shop and whatnot. Like, they don't view them as like partners in crime. If you're viewed as the best friend to a girl, you're not in a good position because you're not really sought after by them. Like, a man, as a dude, we want to be sought after by women. We want to be James Bond. We want to be men want to be you, and women want to be with you. That's what you want to be. But like I said, gay guys remove themselves from that equation and just become the gay best friend. And it's just, it creates I don't know, I guess a relationship where women kind of feel safe around them because they don't feel sexually pressured. But from what I've seen, and this is all anecdotal from my part, but the gay friends that I've seen that have hung out with girls end up abusing them, like physically, because they become so close, and then they feel so close that gay guys is just one of the girls, so he'll hit them whenever they get upset with each other. Now, again, anecdotal, but I have seen this. So it is a odd thing to see. It's an odd thing to be a part of, and again, this is why women go with the they're agreeable. They don't want to go against the grain. They don't want to hurt people's feelings. It's like, oh, no, you're just being a bigot. It's like, no, it's not that I hate them. I hate the sin, not the sinner. It's like, I think you could do much better things with your life than indulge in that kind of lifestyle. But that's just me. I'm sure Chad agrees with me, but yeah. So
yes, I definitely agree with that logic.
Yeah. So, but again, they are coming for your children. That show right there, it's on. If you have Peacock, your kids are going to see that. That's going to be, whenever you open Peacock, that's going to be the number one thing that they're going to be showing there for a while. So you'll open it up and it's like, do you want to watch Gay Animal Planet? And you're going to be like, no, but your kids might be like, I love animals. Click. Yeah. And they're getting exposed to that kind of nonsense.
Yeah. Well, it's no different than that, what was it, Camp Cretaceous?
Yeah, Jurassic World
thing that we saw the other day. It's like,
we're just we're just innocently watching a show about dinosaurs, but then they ham-fist a lesbian relationship in there. And again, people are gonna be like, why do you care? Why do you care? Well, I care because kids don't need to see that stuff. You can have that whole show without anyone having any interest in each other.
Yeah, if you're on an island with dinosaurs, the last thing you should be thinking about is
relationships.
A relationship. It's like, let's get off this island alive.
Yeah. But it's like, no. The most important thing that we're going to do is talk about love right here. It's like, show, don't tell. But then again, they are showing two lesbians kissing each other and whatnot, so I guess they are technically showing, but I don't know. It's just ridiculous.
You got me. If I understood it, I don't. I don't understand it at all.
But yeah, again, beware of what your kids are watching. Beware of the streaming services that you are paying for because they're ham-fisting this stuff in absolutely everywhere. Disney's doing it. Netflix is doing it. Hulu's doing it. I'm sure Prime's doing it. It's just harder to see stuff on Prime because I think Prime's probably got one of the worst setups and search engines on their site. But I mean, at least you can rent and buy stuff on there, though. So yeah, I guess that's kind of nice. But yeah, just be aware. Again, be aware of what your kids are consuming. Be aware of what you're consuming. Try to understand when you're being indoctrinated. You know, I mean, it's subtle. It's the subtle manipulation of advertisements. But yeah, that's about all I've got for you today. I just wanted to show you that again because, again, it's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere, and I'm getting sick of seeing it. So, I mean, I guess just if we want to get away from it, we're going to have to go live with the Amish.
Yeah, no kidding. Hollywood is all in on that stuff.
They are all in. They are bought and sold on it, and they are trying to sell you and your kids on it. And like I said, if it's not for you, your kids are going to have a very different perspective on this stuff if you do not censor what they watch. Because, I mean, that's your job as parents. The only people who should censor us or censor people around them is the family. Everything else, you know, don't let the government censor you, but but you can censor what your kids, or at least filter what your kids see or what they're exposed to, or have that conversation before you watch that. It's like, oh, yeah, that's not normal. You could just say that. And then I hate the arguments, all the straw man arguments that come from. It's like, what do you mean it's not normal? It's just two consenting. Like I was reading some of the comments, like just two consenting adults. It's like, okay, whatever. It's like, you're just a hateful bigot. It's like, no, I just don't want that crap in my kids' shows. Sorry.
Truth.
Call me old-fashioned.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about all we've got for you today, folks. This is the Twins with Owasso Live. This was the Morning Loop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. God bless y'all. We're signing off.
See you later, everybody.